Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. So today I'm going to talk about the history of that square sticky rice cake. As I promised for my past video, that square sticky rice cake is a very traditional dish that Vietnamese people have during the Lunar New Year. Okay, so the history of that square sticky rice cake in Vietnamese we call it banh chung. So in Vietnamese language, the classifier or the counter is very common use. You know, to before like an animal or a fruit or a dish. So banh in this case for the dish, banh means cake in English. So cake, the banh here, anything that made with flour or rice, the classifier called banh or cake, and the name of the dish following after that. So chung here meanings steam, but this dish right here, bánh chưng or steamed cake, actually is not steamed. They boil them, and the boiling process it could take up to 24 hours or longer, depends on the size of the cake or the how many they cook. If you seen my past video about the Lunar New Year at the beach, where I show that they recreate scenes to introduce to the tourists, where they had the big pot, and that's what the pot that was used to boil to cook this square sticky rice cake. Alright, so now let's talk about the history of this cake. So Hùng Vương the sixth emperor, or the king Hùng Vương the sixth, after he defeated his enemy and come back from a war, he has felt exhausted and he know that he is aging, so he gathering all his sons, all his prince together to choose an heir to become king after him. So the Vietnamese kings in Vietnam, they usually have a lot of wives and a lot of concubines. So I don't know the total of the children that he has total, or the number of the wives that he have total, but he has 22 sons or 22 princes together. So instead of following the tradition of monarchy, where he picked the oldest son to be his successor, to be king, he just he say, no, I'm going to gather all of my sons together and I'm going to have a contest. And the contest is whoever present the best dish to me, and the winner of the contest will become an heir to the kingdom, or to become a king. So of the 22 sons, the number 18 son, his name is Lang Liu. Lang is is his middle name. Liu is his first name. And Lang Liu is the 18th son, and his mother passed away when he was very young. And the story about his mother that passed, at young age, because she really loved the king. However, the king, kind of ignored her, so she felt depressed and she passed away when the prince Lang Liu was very young. So he was growing up, without mother love, without mother, and he didn't have a mother to take care of him. However, he had turned out to be a very good gentleman, very nice, humble prince, who is very nice to his servants and to everyone surrounding him, his neighbor and everyone surrounding him. So after the announcement of the contest, to present the best dish to the king, One night he was sleeping and an angel appeared to his dream. But before I talk about the dream, let me back up a little bit, talk about the history, the economy history of the Vietnam. So for people who do not know, for Vietnam economy, the major contribution to Vietnam economy is farming, and rice is the major factor of the farming in Vietnam. So Vietnam, has been consistently to be the second largest country to export rice around the world. So during this kingdom time, farming and rice also very a major factor, to contribute to Vietnam, economy. So the angel appeared to the Prince Lang Liu dreams and say that, hey, there's no other ingredient of food is more precious than rice. So son, please cook a dish that is with the rice ingredient along with all the ingredients that the earth has offered, like plant, animal and vegetable, and then please wrap them into a square shape, and the square shape represent the earth, and please wrap them tightly with all the ingredient inside the rice and wrap them tightly, and the meaning of wrap something tightly symbolize that the protection or the love of the parents to a child. And then the prince woke up, he got so exciting, and he gathered all the ingredients, that the angel told him in the dream, and then he cooked the dish. So the main ingredients again, he used sticky rice, for outside, and then the inside stuffing, he had the pork, which is represent the animal, and then he has the mung beans, represent the vegetable, and then the leaf the outside to wrap. So instead of like an open face, right? So he wrapped that with the leaf, and the leaf is called lá yong, and I believe the scientific name for lá yong leaf is Phrynium placentarium. Okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce it neither, but I think that's the scientific name for lá yong. And the lá yong leaf, when you cook, it had a very nice hint, a very light, a very like light, nice hint of fragrance. So it's add to the flavor of the sticky rice dish. Okay, so so he present that he make them right, so into this square sticky rice shape, that the square shape that represent the earth, and the rice, which is the major essential ingredient of food of Vietnamese people. Because I remember growing up in Vietnam, we're eating rice every day. We're eating rice for breakfast, we're eating rice for lunch, and we're eating rice for dinner every day, and we do not get bored with eating rice every day. So rice is very essential ingredient in food in Vietnam. So have that rice, a sticky rice ingredient in there, and the animal, which is pork, and the vegetable, which is mung beans, and the plant, which is the lá yong leaf, right? So he wrapped and he cooked them, right, and he presented them to the king. And the king saw the dish. It looked very unique, and he tasted and he very pleased with the taste. But he asked the son of the prince. He said, "Hey, how did you come up with this idea of cooking this very unique dish?" And then he recount, his dream to the king. And the kings is very pleased with the dish, the taste of the dish, and the meaning of the dish. So he chose him, to be the winner, the contest winner, and he become an heir, and then he become the Hùng Vương, the seventh emperor. So after the king passed away. So that is the history of this dish, the meaning of this dish. So in the future, if you ever taste this dish, you know the meaning of the history of this dish. And also, when the contest was taking place, it happened, during the springtime or during the Lunar New Year. So because of that, the Vietnamese people, they only cook this dish, or they make this dish during the Lunar New Year, for that reason also. But you see, this dish in the southern Vietnam, they make into a different shape, the round, long shape. It calls banh, right? It's the same ingredient, but it just has a different shape, and that is it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video. So hopefully, when you come to Vietnam during the Lunar New Year, you will see in the market they will sell a lot of the square sticky rice cake like this. And then if you happen to have that dish, I show you already what inside from the previous clip, and the history behind that and why it happened during the Lunar New Year only. Okay, and I like it. It's very filling. You eat like 1 or 2 slices, you'll be very full and ready. Phil has tried this dish. He's okay. For this dish here, sometimes you buy the big size like that, you cannot finish in 1 or 2 days, and the leftover you could deep fry them, and it's very good too. It's very crunchy, feel like it when it fry. Who doesn't love fried food, right? So it's very nice and crunchy, and it tastes wonderful, because they have the pork. It's almost like barbecue pork or bacon taste in there too. So it's very good, along with the sticky rice and the mung beans. Okay, so you could deep fry them too. So that is it for this video. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. I will see you at the very next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.